just thinking, it's been an absolute minute since I've done an actual food making review. So tonight, after that garbage I had for lunch, or the average food I had for lunch, I'm gonna make a deep dish pie in the oven. I made pizza dough earlier in the week, but I decided to leave it in the fridge all week because it would make something of a sourdough. Because you might be thinking, Drabino, you don't like deep dish. What are you doing, man? You like New York style crust, is it, by the way? And yes, you may be right. However, I've never really had an authentic one, and by no means will this be authentic at all, but I'd like to at least try my hand at making it. I've got a dish, a small one, stainless steel, so I'm hoping it doesn't like stick, but the important thing about it is, see how the edges, they come straight up, just like the pie crust should be, and it's not that deep. So it seems like the perfect amount, the perfect depth for me to make a deep dish style pizza. So I'm gonna film the thing and show you the results. All right, so first things first, we're gonna get that dough laid out. I'm obviously not gonna use all of this because, as you know, that crust that forms at the bottom of the pan, it's not very thick. It is dense, but it's quite thin. And I don't want it to rise at all. So although I will be soddening it with a lot of cheese, a lot of sauce, like you're meant to do in a deep dish, which will decrease the chances of it actually rising on its own, I still want to make sure that that doesn't happen. And that starts with having a pretty thin dough. I want to smell this sourdough. Oh, it does smell a little bit sour. That's good, very good. Just because I want to see what that kind of crust is going to be like. It's not sticky, man. This is how dough is supposed to be. I always have an issue where it's like always too sticky. Stick to my hands by the end of it. It's sticking a little bit, but we're not going to worry about that right now. Just going to roll it out and get a nice, trying to think here. That's probably plenty, but we'll see. Maybe add a little bit more just to be sure, because I want it to come up to the edges of the crust also. So about, a little bit more. If this fails, I can always just make a regular crust, but I'm sure it'll still be edible. Oh, also preheat the oven. I'm gonna do 450. Because after I've pan fried it a little bit, I've got to throw it in the oven for, I don't know, like 20 minutes. I'm eyeballing all of this, by the way. I have no idea how to do it. I didn't look up any videos. I don't really want to. I just want to. I normally get the best results when I just like make it up as I go, you know? I'm pretty lucky that way. But if I start to follow a recipe, you know, there's no imagination, there's no originality. It tends to just taste either really, really bland or it goes tails up completely. So this is what I'm doing.
Woke up this morning, got some gabagoo. And then I woke up the next day and got some gabagoo.
So the idea is if I butter the pan before I put it down, it won't stick. It is stainless steel, so I have an idea in my head that it probably is going to do that. I'm meant to only use these really for high heat, which it will get to, but not to begin with. And because I can't imagine I got it to a high heat, threw this on, it's gonna like scorch it. I'm not gonna be able to get the shape right that I want. I have to do it this way and hope for the best. A little bit of Japanese Hokkaido butter. Just gonna spread that around.
Waking up and keep getting different types of gabagoo. I even got some gabagoo from Scooby-Doo.
Leave it at that. Let's try and pack this bad boy, huh? All right, so this hasn't changed shape. That's good. It hasn't retracted any. So I'll try and just throw that in. Make sure I get the edges. I'm gonna put this on the heat first. Probably a dumb idea, but I just want to see if it raises at all, like that. All right, that should be good though. I'll clock in once that's heated up. All right, just gonna throw it down, and I mean it's pretty hot, but see if this starts to rise at all. I'm just gonna do like a little time lapse here and just leave it running. All right, not fully cooked down, but look, the crust has separated. It's almost cooked. It's not got char on the bottom or anything, but I think that will come in the oven. What I wanted to do is just get the crust kind of formed before I put it in the oven. The oven is now ready. So I'm gonna start layering this bad boy up. Homemade pizza sauce, I should use a spoon. Gonna do some layers here, but I don't put, I know with the deep dish you're supposed to put the toppings, no pun intended, underneath the sauce and the cheese. I don't do that because it won't crisp up at all, and I'm a pepperoni boy, so I'm gonna do. I don't even know if I have enough sauce here, but it ain't gonna be that deep dish. It's gonna be semi-deep dish. What is this shit, man? Got some brain rot playing on the TV. Anyway, add a little bit of black pepper because as you can see, I didn't season that sauce too much. A little bit of garlic seasoning rather, and a little bit of salt. Not too much, gonna get plenty of salt from those pepperonis. And you know what, screw it. I'll put on a little rosemary. Because I love rosemary. And actually some basil leaf. Not too much of that though. Alright. Obviously I'm gonna layer it a little bit more. So for the topping, unfortunately, I didn't cook off any bacon or anything, that would have been good. But we're just gonna use some pre-bought Cup and Crisp pepperoni, my favorite. Love the Cup and Crisp, love that. We're just gonna put them out nice and decoratively. Cool. It's ready to go. I'm not gonna tilt it to show you, but it's all been leading up to this. Here it goes. One oven, everybody knows the rules. I don't have an oven mitt, by the way. I'm gonna have to use a towel to pull it out. Be back in like, I don't know, I'm gonna just judge it by eye. I'm gonna guess like 20, 25 minutes. Yeah, that long. Okay, it's finally time. I can see from here, you can't see on the camera, but those cups do be crisping. The edge is folding right over, looks very toasty as well. Tomato sauce is bubbling and the cheese is melted and some of it has started to rise to the top. It looks very picturesque, but see for yourself. Oh, damn it. Don't want to burn myself. Oh, it's quite soupy, mate. I don't know if I should put it in there. I don't want to tilt it because it's like souping around. It's hot, man. I better put it up here. Don't want to, I don't know if I should put it in for longer and just let the sauce evaporate to the point where I can actually take a chunk of this. But you know what? Nah, because it's gonna burn everything if I do that. Check this out. That looks like a hell of a pie, Frankie, but like I said, very, very soupy. I'm gonna let it set for a minute, stop bubbling, cool off. By the way, the crust totally separated, which is great. It's gonna be easy to pull out. It's just like it's like a literal pie, man. I'm pretty happy with how this turned out. I'm just gonna put a little bit of Parmesan on the top, let it cool, and we'll do a taste test. All right, now that it's cooled off a bit, yeah, handle's touchable. I'm gonna do the transfer and cut this bad boy up, see what it looks like. Check this out. I think I can actually, so I can, but I feel like it's so heavy, it's just gonna tear through the bottom. So I'm gonna get a spatula. Could have done the crust a little thicker, I think. Ooh, all right, check it out. Ooh, all right, look at that. I don't even need to, well, I do obviously, but like you don't even really need to wash that before using it again. Stainless steel is so underrated. All right, let's see how this goes. I feel like it's just gonna all spill out as soon as I do this, which is maybe the point. Put one piece. Ooh. I think that's the point. Man, I should have got a little bit thicker on this edge, which would have been fine. This side's really thin, like as soon as I cut it, it's gonna spill out I can tell, man. I'm gonna try and keep it, try and do a shallow cut at this side. But if it was cold, you'd probably be all right. That is like a biscuit, man, look. Yeah, I mean, it's spilling it a little bit, but not too bad so far. Yeah. And I know that deep dish in Chicago goes a lot deeper than this. So let's put this on a plate, do a little taste test. So honestly, at this point, it doesn't really feel like I'm having deep dish anymore because one, it wasn't that deep to begin with, all right? I didn't fill it right up to the brim. Didn't really want that anyway because I could kind of tell I wouldn't like that. But a lot of it also spilled out when I started cutting it, so. Undercarriage, don't know if you can see it. Not great, but I'm just gonna go in without saying any more and give you a review. Rookie mistake, forgot the napkins. That might blister. Sauce is still very hot. Beware. It honestly tastes like the pizza I normally make from scratch. Just heavier on the sauce, heavier on the cheese. That's about it. With that said, I don't dislike it. What I would do different to make it more like an actual deep dish is I made the crust way too thin. It is supposed to have a doughier crust on it. Not necessarily thick, but like doughy at the bottom. It's not dense, that was more crisp. Even where the sauce has obviously penetrated it to the point where I didn't quite get that crust bottom. Like it definitely, I mean, if it did longer in the oven, it would just be crustier. It wouldn't be dense. You know what I'm saying? Like almost like a pasta dough is what you normally see in those deep dish pizzas. With that said, it's not bad. I do still like it. I suppose, look, if you want to get filled up really quick, you would rather go more on the sauce, cheese, toppings, whatever. You don't want to waste all your calories and carbs. It's kind of the way to go because that was, you saw the dough ball I started off with. It wasn't like a whole lot. So I wouldn't really do, I will do it again just to experiment, maybe get a thicker baseline for the dough. Otherwise, it's not the kind of style I like. I did it kind of wrong. I wouldn't say it was more work, but it was like you had to preheat the oven and everything. It kind of takes a while. So yeah, all in all, I'll be, you know what, I don't rate my own food. I'm not rating my own food. It just wasn't that good. Regular pizza that you can make at home is better. Stick with thin crust, unless you're from Chicago, I guess.